Warning. Channel Robozoid contains adult language, adult content, strong opinions, and verbal brutality. Viewer discretion is advised.
The fact that he has now dropped out of the governor's race and resigned from Congress, is that justice in your view?
No, it's just the beginning. It's just the very beginning. And I know personally that we're not walking away from this fight.
For me, justice won't be until he can't ever harm a woman ever again, and he has faced the consequences for the women that he has harmed.
I think in regards to the governor's race, he never should have ran for governor to begin with, knowing the kind of history and receipts that are out there. So that's a non-starter. And then in terms of Congress, I think he absolutely should have resigned. I think we just prevented another 30 to 40 years potentially of him harming people if he were to stay in Congress.
Yes, it is I, the Robozoid. You're semi-likable and occasionally tolerable. Well, you know all the rest. You're probably getting just as tired of this story as I am. I'm sure you are. I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum already for the last 3 videos. But, of course, yeah, Eric Swallowswell, he has finally stepped down from Congress. So that leaves another empty congressional seat, along with 2 others, I believe. Somebody named Lopez and another guy whose name I forget. But that leaves 3 empty congressional seats, meaning that, well, either the Republicans have a chance to take 3 more seats, or if things go haywire and things go wrong in the election, well, it could be Democrats, who knows. But at least the guy can't run for, let us say, the seat for the governor of California. I mean, God knows that state is already screwed up enough. But when you've got a bunch of women that you just saw at the beginning of this video, you gotta wonder, is this a good thing or is it a bad thing? I mean, because it seemed like they were gloating in somebody's downfall. It's probably not a good idea at all to gloat in one's downfall, but I have a feeling women are thinking they're going to feel a whole lot safer if Eric Swallowswell goes to prison. I mean, you never know. Let's just take a look at this and try and find out.
She's speaking now in California, Beverly Hills. Let's watch.
In 2018...
How brave of this woman. She didn't even hide her face like the last one did.
And I also owned a fashion software company. I had contact with Eric Swallowswell on 3 separate occasions after meeting him socially. He offered me connections to further my software company.
I'm sure he did.
And I also had an interest in local politics. He invited me to 2 public events. I knew he was married at the time and that his wife was pregnant.
That makes you the slut.
On the 3rd occasion, I believe he drugged my drink. I only had 1 glass of wine.
Roofies, baby.
We were supposed to go to a political event, and he said he needed to get paperwork from his hotel room. When I arrived at his hotel room, I was already incapacitated, and I couldn't move my arms or my body. He raped me, and he choked me. And while he was choking me, I lost consciousness.
Man, what a fucking sicko.
And I thought I died. I did not consent to any sexual activity. Although I did not undergo a rape kit at the time, I disclosed the assault to the people closest to me. I also recorded these events in my handwritten calendar. The assault and its impact were later documented during my therapy sessions at a sexual assault center.
Can you corroborate this odd hypothesis?
You know, politicians are really funny people. I mean, they really are. This guy Swallowswell, he should have been a stand-up comedian. He never should have tried to be a politician. Because I think if he had been a stand-up comedian, he probably might have gotten away with this a little easier. And if I were him, thank God I'm not, I probably wouldn't be going around saying Epstein this, Epstein that, this Epstein did this, Epstein did that, everywhere an Epstein, that sort of thing, or everywhere a Trump, or making the same allegations against Trump that Epstein should have been making against himself, because I think he's actually replacing himself for the name Trump, because everything that Trump did not do actually seems to be reflecting on him, basically down to the fact that he was trying to cover his own ass, and it didn't really work for him, did it? Well, apparently not. Well, that's just the pitfalls of being a public figure like he was. And, of course, now that he's basically been shunned from the Democrat Party, unwelcome in the ranks of the Dems ever again, like I said, without a friend in the world, well, I guess it's either prison or probably either that, or he's just probably gonna do that, because apparently there's nowhere else for Swallowswell to go. This guy is cooked. His political career is over, as I've stated time and time before. And forgive me if I've said and listened to this 1,000 times, because, yeah, this story is already getting old at this point. There are other things we could have been focusing on, for God's sake. But apparently this story just wouldn't go away. But now that Swallowswell has gone away, maybe finally this story will go away. In any case, even if people are still talking about it, you're not going to hear me talking about it anymore, I'll tell you that. I mean, I have said what I've had to say about this case, and you know what? I'm tired of it. It's boring, and it's not entertaining anymore. Other than the fact that politicians are still funny people. This has been the Robozoid saying, I hope you have enjoyed this video. And, of course, thank your lucky stars. It's much shorter than the last one. So, until then, see you all next time. And remember, wokeness is weakness. Be here or be absolutely nowhere.